You guys remember this? I caught this for you guys. I told you I was drawn to take the picture through my window, and this is what I found. And then the next day I was drawn again to the window. You guys will see it way back in the, I made a whole video of it because the last thing that I saw will blow your mind. Yeah, my screen is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It may be a little bit smaller, but I don't care because it's weird, okay? So anywho, you see the next day, this is what happened. I was drawn to do this, and it's like, it looked like 3, but then if I look at it clearer, it'll look like 5 or 6 or 7, I don't know, of these, okay? So, yeah, so the next day I was drawn to more of these, okay? Which I choose to say are spirits. So a lot of spirits are really, they did something this particular time, man, I'm telling you. And a lot of you guys, look way back in my videos, you'll see the whole entire video. And this is before they started really harming my channel relentlessly because, and then this is when somebody else came up with a name, and how they say the one from India, the one person. It's interesting that they have my same name because people used to make that joke and say, oh, well, if you get scammed, it's that one guy in India or some crazy stuff they say sitting behind a desk. Well, I have 2 people with the same name, you know, that has channels as mine. And so a lot of my subscribers that I met out in the field, I hope they are never confused by this. However, I see that they have been harming my channel over the years, and now we're learning about all of this other stuff that's coming to light, which I was, you know, always telling you guys something of the sort, okay, which I'm trying to post right now because I'm gonna let y'all see in every which way, you know, something brief though. But this is my channel, and this is how it was before anything. You see how it went from the 2s to the 1s, and then if I go back to my other information that I have, you'll see actually more. But nevertheless, it's neither here nor there, but this is what's happening now.
Governments have to protect you, whether that's local, state, maybe even federal. Y'all see ILO Convention number 169. Self-identification as indigenous or tribal shall be regarded as a fundamental criterion. All right, so it is a criteria to correct your status. Look at Article 2. Governments must develop coordinated and systematic actions to protect the rights of these people and to guarantee respect for their integrity. Y'all screaming y'all tired of people bothering y'all, messing with y'all, saying y'all not indigenous. Let's go even deeper. All right. Article 13 through 16. Recognize special relationship to land and territories. Require identification, protection. My laptop shut off, but anyways, look, they even talk about reparations. If y'all have removal without free and conformed consent, all of y'all who say that your land was taken, they have to ensure return and compensation where relocation occurs. So, y'all see ILO Convention number 169.
Oh, how long you been doing poetry? I said many years, more than 20. But when I caught her expression, my smile started to fade. She said, more than 2 decades and you still performing around the way? I at least thought you'd been on Broadway or a national stage. My nostrils fled. I shifted in my seat. I adjusted my glasses. I said, what you say to me? She said, I'm just saying, more than 20 years should probably bring you fame. I said, well, the fact that I'm still in demand leaves me amazed. I'm grateful. I looked at sis again. There was no scales, no sharp talons, but it was a little smoke on her tongue. She was hateful. She said, how old are you? I took a long look around the room. I was hinting at sis to go on and move. I was trying not to be rude. I said, I'm in my early 40s. She said, true. I don't see no ring. I said, no, baby girl, not yet. She said, oh, so you ain't meet nobody who wanted to take you off the market? I said, well, of the few men that I dated, there was one I thought I would be with for life, but it didn't work out that way. She said, another independent woman who can't find her Mr. Right. I said, sis, you want to fight? But she laughed at my offense. Instead of falling back, she leaned in. She said, you sitting here like you ain't got no friends. At least tell me you got some kids. I said, I don't have no time for this. My life is beautiful the way that it is. She said, oh, you one of them. I said, one of who, friend? She said, you the type to meet a grim reality with toxic positivity. You sitting there like you never wanted to be mommy or wifey. I said, you're talking to a woman who has radical acceptance for whatever God has for me. I said, honestly, I'm at peace. And I remembered I didn't even have to be in this woman's vicinity. I started to gather my things up quickly. I said, for the record, I didn't enjoy your company. But since you forced yourself upon me, the least you can do is tell me your name. Sis gonna say same. I said, same as what, girl? Stop playing. She said, same as the woman that I'm talking to, boo. She said, sis, I'm you. I'm the dark corners of your brain. I give voice to what your subconscious be saying. She said, you met a lot of hurt people who wanted you to feel the same. You used to ignore it, but now in the quiet corners of your day, you start to regurgitate all of the negative things they used to throw your way. And she said, look around, sis, I'm not even here. But I'm glad that you can hear your inner thoughts really are that rude. You need to get to therapy and get them people's opinions up off of you. Because I know your life is beautiful, but the question is, do you? She said, right now, you sounding like your own biggest hater. And I wanted you to know that until you let their opinions go, you are the only dragon that needs slaying. Thank y'all.
I told you niggas Hitler was a made-up character. Why? Because these corporations who made these goddamn GMO humans, when the world said they couldn't make them no more and sell them like that, they had to get rid of the product. So what do big corporations do when they got an overabundance of product? They haul off the cost. By doing what? Dumping the product. Okay, they made all these goddamn GMO humans, all this goddamn product that was crazy as hell in mental asylums. These bitches were crazy. They made them 1 year old in an hour. They had mental asylums, prisons, and A63 after the World Fair. That's why the first black massacre is in New York, because that's when they turned them loose. They had already put them on orphan trains from 854 to 929. We're from 854 to 863. We helped they ass. But in 863, them bitches mobbed us out. That's y'all question. Me, Dr. King, I was born 929. You seen what happened? Look at what happened. Now, 863 was the first black massacre. Now, what did they say did all this? Mobs of white men. Every last one. Look. Every last one. Every last one. Mobs of white men. Well, where did these mobs of white men come from? If they was around, why they ain't tear it up before that? Because they wasn't around. They were made through scientific advancements in the scientific way. Test tube babies, Cabbage Patch Kids, incubated babies that have been incubated 1 year.
We have to give money to countries that hate us. They should be able to hate us for free. I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but you better hope the dumbest person in the world doesn't die.
Cosmopolitan
Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid. I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle. They wanted it like an axe wants a turkey. They wanted it like Ben wants J-Lo.
She's the reason why they have directions on a shampoo bottle. He's a funny man.
How do you move on from somebody?
You can't move on from somebody until you detach from them. And you can't detach from them without realizing that you were attached to them. So I think the question to ask is, why am I attached to this person? What do I feel like? What hole in me do I think that they are filling? So I needed to be with her or be with him because they validated me. They made me feel loved. That tells you that you don't love yourself enough. Because if you love yourself enough, you wouldn't depend on them to love you. Do you see how this works? So understand that every person that you're with is merely reflecting you. So if you struggle with something in a relationship with somebody, that's because you actually struggle with that part of you. And they're reflecting it back to you. But the ego wants you to focus on them. No, no, no. It was just you. That's why I try to tell you, nothing exists outside of you. Everything was you. And when you know that, now everyone that you interact with, they're teaching you a little bit more about yourself.
How do you move on from somebody?
As gay rights groups and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but that's or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country. That's why the Democrats are dropping the blacks and moving on to the Hispanics, because they're a larger group of Hispanics now. But
the reason people are concerned about the words they use, the reason Americans care about civil rights, the reason we are sensitive to racism is for one issue and one issue only, and that is how black Americans were treated in this country. It is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. Those do not compare. Irish, the new groups, they always get a little bad treatment. Do not compare that to how blacks are treated in this country. You don't get to piggyback on the black experience in America.
Oh, happy birthday to November the 21st. Oh, happy birthday to you, November the 21st. Oh, happy birthday to all of you, November the 21st. Happy birthday. You received something in your purse. I said, yeah. Welcome home, you guys, and happy birthday to you. I can't make this up. You guys, it's time for you to recognize that you are a mass key component to this whole divine plan on this beautiful, said divine planet Earth. You, I said you and you in the back must know your worth since birth. Yeah, the higher realm said that word could be no other word than planet. Yes, so you would know that you are planned. The last two letters in that word planet is simply ET. It stands for until the end of time. So you guys are planned until the end of your Earth's timeline here. I can't make that up. Yeah, a lot of you guys need to also know that you've been living the ET life all your life. A lot of you guys have been E, executing low vibe energy, and T, transmuting it into high vibe energy. I can't make that up. That is a powerful synergy. Yes. So a lot of you guys have really been walking a walk. My deepest condolences, though, to, not condolences. What I'm talking, oh, wow. Let me see some of you guys. I heard deepest condolences. Oh, no. Okay. This marks the very day of some of you guys, your pet passed away on this day. However, a lot of you guys celebrate your other pet's birthday today, which is, I know, very strange to say. I know you guys are like, who do I tell anybody that this is happening this way? It's your pet's birthday, so happy birthday to your pet. And a lot of you guys have lost a pet as well. So for others of you guys, it's your passed away pet's birthday as well as your birthday. So again, my deepest condolences, okay? Because I do know it's your pet's birthday, because they made that clear before I could say anything. I can't make it up. Whew. So you guys, that is definitely coming through clear for you. So like I said, a lot of you guys have been living the ET life all your life. A lot of you guys have been trying to be your road dog's mortar. A lot of you guys are, just being that, that enabler for others as a scapegoat. A lot of you guys have really volunteered to be the scapegoat for a lot of your friends coming up, a lot of family members. Yeah, just tell your mom you was with me. Or can I tell mama? That type. You guys have been that all your life. I can't make it up. This is you guys, all right? So you guys, I'm taking, and I hope for others of you guys know that I'm just celebrating your birthday. This has nothing to do with horoscope at this time. I'm trying to recognize in a spiritual way that this is your blessed, unbeknownst day. I can't make it up. So you guys, listen up. Like I said, you've been living the ET life all your life in that way. And a lot of you guys need to know that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm talking to a lot of people who walk with it's like your knees rub when you walk. So I'm going to say knock-kneed people. I'm talking to some knock-kneed people right now. Yeah. And then I heard, I do have some salute foots, a very small few, 3%. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. And some of you guys, your trait is your family bow back there. A lot of you guys have that B-U-T-T family trait. That's like a family emblem, if you will. A lot of you guys, that's how you know each other. So-and-so has this family backside, B-U-T-T. That's funny. Anyway, you guys got the family bottom. Yeah, you family when you get to the bottom. You guys add a new thing for the bottom, from the bottom to the top. I'm sorry. So you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And a lot of you guys, you actually need to know that your life is simply your soul's mission. It is not a competition. And a lot of you guys know that you know this, but hearing it out loud is different, right? For some. So life is your soul's mission. It's not a competition, all right? And a lot of you guys need to know, along this soul's mission, the higher realms blessed you with something beautiful, and that is called your intuition, all right? The higher realms say if you trust your intuition, all right, you shall begin to see without sight. People still scratching their head right to the day, trying to figure out how the blind man can get around day or night. Right, yes. So the higher realms would like for you guys to recognize your intuition, okay? Yeah, because a lot of places will dismiss it in such a way, colleges, they'll say, where your tuition? You'd be like, hold up. I have that intuition. That's why I'm sitting in your chair. Because if I wouldn't be sitting in your chair, you guys wouldn't even be. They need you there. They needed your intuition to guide you there. So the bottom line is, the higher realms really keep you spiritually tethered. That intuition spiritually tethered to this other beautiful thing called your spiritual GPS, which is simply the gods or your guides, or simply God pointing you to your next level of step of origin. And that acronym for STEP is simply STEP, a solution to every problem. The higher realms want you to undoubtedly know that you know that a situation is something that simply happens. All right, a problem is something that you create. That's why you hear the difference when people say, Houston, there's a problem. See, a problem is the only thing you can put a name on, right? Because what? Because a problem is something that you create. Situations sound like what had happened was they can't, So the bottom line is, the higher realms want you to be on top of your spiritual biz, within the course of a day, a moment, an hour, so you will know what is, all right? By simply taking a step back, so you guys are not in spiritual lack. And ask yourself, am I the solution? All right? And then if you hear that voice, but if you don't hear that voice, know that you know that, that's the problem. All right? You're the problem, okay? So the bottom line is the higher realms want you to do that as an exercise on your beautiful day. Because what I also have, is a list of, tests. You will call them trials and tribulations in some type of way today. But they're simply tests, okay, that you guys will endure today. But I believe you will pass with flying colors if you pay attention to that particular, that, the higher realms gave me to say, right? So, you guys are also, now, the higher realms want you guys to focus on messaging, because a lot of you guys need to know that the higher realm speaks through numbers, signs, and synchronicities. Also, that's people, places, and things, right? Your birthday, your expiration date also, and all the little DNA codes in your body. So that is something that you guys need to recognize, that your beautiful number 11 is your birthright. 1121 is your birthright number under the sun. All right, that number 1, first of all, was never meant to be a number in ancient times. The number 1 represents, as sure as 2 dots, as the distance between 2 dots, 1 straight line. The higher realms would like for you guys to know that that number 1 was never meant to be a number. Why? Well, simply because numbers are meant to be plural. Now, that number 1 represents God, the Alpha, the beginning, okay? A lot of you guys have that God-like energy since your birth, the beginning, because you guys need to know that you are alpha males and alpha females from the beginning with that God-like energy. And I'm going to break it down to simplicity synergy, okay? That God-like energy, which is G-O-D. A lot of you guys give good orderly direction, G-O-D. A lot of you guys have been accused of, you give some good directions, thank you, good looking, all that stuff. But the bottom line is that is your energy, the G-O-D, good orderly direction. A lot of you guys refuse to sit around and twiddle your thumbs and tell them, I'm depressed, I'm not going nowhere. A lot of you guys won't do that. Why? Because of the G-O-D energy that you guys carry within thee. And that is gratitude over depression. So a lot of you guys don't play about that. And that gives you the next level of your GOD, which is simply, you guys don't let grass grow under your feet. A lot of you guys be gone, right? Right. And that is because of the GOD energy. That is you guys enjoying the GOD, the great outdoors. So a lot of you guys really carry this energy with you from the beginning. All right. And you guys need to know that alpha energy, the only thing that could be troublesome a little bit about your alpha energy, okay, is simply that you guys don't play. You don't play. Alpha energy just don't play. So that's one of the things that we have to definitely say. However, people can live and die and never equate not even a micro fraction usage of that alpha brain state. So having that said, I'm just simply trying to tell you guys, it may be a little bit harder when you guys try to find a mate, okay? Because of the alpha energy that you guys equate. That's what, needs to be said here, okay? A lot of you guys are going to get what you guys are, your heart's desire. I need to tell you guys that, because 1 + 1 = 2. And I see you have that other 2 there. So 22 is the higher realms officially giving you what your heart's desire. I can't make it up. So this number 1 + 1, because you're 11, let me get down to the 11. When the higher realms are speaking to you guys through your birthright number 11, the higher realms is giving you a reminder. This is a special code, and that code, is a reminder. It's also in your DNA. But the bottom line is, when the higher realms tap you and give you, your birthright number 11, say like 11:21 each day. You're looking at the clock, it's 11:21. Does that ring a bell? Yes. So the bottom line is, the higher realms is giving you a reminder. First of all, that 11 is like a portal. So a lot of you guys were born also through the remnants of that 11:11 portal somehow. Some of you guys have a lot to do with that 11:11 portal. All right. The women's womb is the portal. So a lot of you guys, it's a specific portal that was, all right, spiritually picked for you, right? So the bottom line is, the higher realms want you to know, when the higher realms speak through that number 11, which is your birthright number, is that it is a reminder, all right, for you to remember that you are from a higher realm. You're only here in physical form to conclude your spiritual mission. Now, a lot of times, these number 11 people, you guys, all right, the reason the higher realms have to tap you and remind you is because you guys will be up for the challenge. I'm gonna say it that way. And every fight or challenge is not your challenge. That's why I tell you guys, a lot of you guys offered to be a martyr in so many ways, in so many people's lives, for so many days. You know what I mean? So it's almost like doing so much of that, your life can become a maze. And I'm not talking about amazing, a maze. Like, how do I get out of here? The bottom line is, it's clear. So when you guys feel like you're being dragged into an argument or dragged into something that's of not 11 energy, because remember I told you that 1 is, if it ain't G-O-D in it, oh, guess what? Okay, that higher realms is reminding you that you listen, you don't have that time. You're on your soul's mission, all right? You don't have that time for that type of competition. Because you remember we said that in the beginning. Life is your soul's mission. And the higher realms is telling you through your birthright number that you have to remember you're from a higher realm. You're only here in physical form to conclude your spiritual mission. Because that's what you are on. A spiritual mission. Spirit, you all. That word means everyone. The spirit has no sex, no age, or no color. All right? You are born of a mighty spirit. Okay? Yeah. Now, The higher realms is also talking, like I said, through your 22. That's why everything your heart's desire will spiritually come to you. I can't make it up. And I see you guys have been waiting and praying, because that's what your numbers say. You've been waiting and praying and waiting and praying. But your ship's coming in, sweetheart. This 21 here is representing the number 2. So when the higher realms speaks to you through your birthright number 2, I need to let you guys know that the higher realms is telling you that the higher realms highly favor you. Okay? All you have to do is look in your mirror and you'll see everything on your body that equate the number of 2. You have 2 eyes and they're both the same size. I can't make it up. All right? So, yes, and the higher realms is telling you guys through your birthright number 2, as sure as it takes 2 hands to form a prayer. Ooh, November 21 birthday. Whatever you're praying for is already right there, as soon as you're aware. Okay? Now, what I also see is 2, 1 that equals 3. So a lot of you guys, wow, a lot of you guys have significant, abilities and things like that. 2 plus 1 equals 3. And as you see, it's still 3 1s there. So a lot of you guys have a lot to do with the number 22 and the number 33. So I'm just going to call it what it is, because you have a multi-dimensional spiritual number in your birth right here. A lot of you guys are simply ascended masters that volunteered to be here for this human experience. Experience, okay? All the above, all right? So that means that this birthright number 3, when the higher realms is speaking to you through your birthright number 3, the higher realms is telling you guys that you have a bona fide level of mastery. Okay? A lot of you guys are ascendant masters. You are that, you are familiar with that Trinity. A lot of you guys are heavily connected to that Trinity energy. Mind, body, and spirit energy, inspiration, manifestation, and creation. Some people say Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Some people say Mother, Father, Son. It does not matter, because you are that one of that 3 energy. And what that means is you have a level of mastery. A lot of you guys are master manifestors in this lifetime because of that birthright number 3. A lot of you guys unknowingly have manifested you guys to be at 3 places at one time. A lot of you guys have done that already. If you ever write a book, or if you ever look back in your journals, you'll find it. All right? A lot of you guys have manifested yourself to be at 3 places at one time. A lot of you guys have been at the right place at the right time with the right step. A lot of you guys here, man, you just made it. Come on in. Man, we just opened up. Yeah, come on in. Stuff like that. If anybody else tell their story, they'd be like, they told me to come back next week. The doors was closed and the sign was on it. You know what I mean? Somebody else's story would be so different, because you guys are blessed with this birthright of number 3, which means that you are ascendant mastery. Okay? And 11 is multi-dimensional spiritual number. Anyway, a lot of you guys have some good things going on here. I can't make it up. The number 4 has a lot to do with you guys too, because if you add that 2 plus 2 equals 4, that 1 plus 2, it equals 4. So I see that as well. And that means a lot of you guys may have a 4-letter name. Some of you guys may have 4 children. Some of you guys are 4 months pregnant out there. You have someone 4 months pregnant right now. A lot of you guys, so because that number 4, when the higher realm speaks through that number 4, it means that it could never be ignored in the spiritual world nor the spiritual realm. It means that the angels are sending you guys everything that you need from 4 corners of the world, all right? 4 elements of the earth, all right? 4 seasons of the earth, even down to 4 legs on the table, just to keep you guys secure, grounded, and stable. Spiritually secure and grounded and stable. A lot of you guys are stable, and I can't make it up. And the bottom line is that number 4 because of that number 4 birthright. See that 22? Remember I told you those 2s right there? That equals 4. So that's your birthright number as well. A lot of you guys, I told you it was your pet. See, that emotional pet has 4 legs. See, the higher realms blesses you of 4. Some of you guys, like I said, are from a family of 4. Some of you guys give out nicknames of 4. Some of you guys have a name of 4, you know, and stuff like that. A lot of you guys are attracted to the number of, like, the names that have 4. It's so interesting. But the bottom line is, know that you know your birthright numbers here. 1121, which totals to the number of 5. So that means you guys are, man, you are game changers on this earth. A lot of you guys came here just to change the game, and not on just one level, multi-dimensional levels. So that number 5 represents the higher realms, telling you guys that you bring multi-dimensional change to this realm here. All right, multi-dimensional positive change. Let me clear that. Okay. So you guys bring that positive change each and every way. And that's a beautiful thing. It also means that a lot of you guys grew up with a lot of change in the house, a lot of change around the house, and the socks and the drawers and bottles and all that stuff. A lot of people didn't. It means that as well. So a lot of you guys are multidimensional spiritual change bringers here. So a lot of you guys, I hope you do journals, because it's important for your birthright to do magic. You know, like I said, yeah, because magically you will find out who you are. A lot of you guys house this spiritual magic. It's some spiritual magic. You know how the magic is really what's inside of you guys, okay? It's really what's inside of you guys. All right? And this is what is inside of you guys. You know, a lot of people always say, what's God's will? What's Allah's will? What's Yahweh's will? What's it? Well, how about what is? What is inside of you. I can't make this stuff up. So your total birthright number is number 5. And that means you are a multidimensional positive change bringer here on earth. The bottom line, so a lot of people are already doing what they do around you. They gossiping, they talking about you. A lot of it good gossip. A lot of it is good gossip. A lot of people are just known to be in competition with you, because that's just the type of energy you bring. You remember I told you guys? But yeah, because you might find that dressed up garbage can man. You might see that one with that $500 hat on a 50-cent head, and then you see that other one with all those degrees more than a thermometer, but they always asking you, 1121, what should I do? All right, so you guys, I just want to recognize you guys, and I haven't, you know, disclosed that some of you guys really resonate with the energy of, you know, the Scorpio energy and stuff like that. That's what, you know, the energy brings when you do research on this number. This is what your sign falls under. But the bottom line is, we are just keeping it simple on this channel to November 21. All right. Now, again, happy birthday to your pet. And for those of you guys who are just honoring your pet on their day as well today, my deepest condolences for those of you who lost their pet and their birthday is today. I love you guys in every way. Let's get down to your read. Wow. Yeah, I see you guys. Somebody waiting for you guys to spill the tea. Yeah, they waiting for you guys to spill the tea. And they really seem to think that you guys, some of you guys, they want you to spill the tea because somebody think that you are in the closet. They want you to come out. Somebody said that they want you to secretly spill the tea with them, because it's been talked that you may be in a same sex, or thinking same sex or something like that. So somebody waiting for you to spill tea, and then somebody think you're with someone of the same sex, so they're waiting for you to spill this, to spill the tea on it. And a lot of you guys looking real safe here financially, and a lot of people view you as that as well. Yeah. But however, some others seem to think that you're leaving them hanging financially at this time, as you should. Like I told you guys, stop being a mortar in every direction. This is cuckoo. But then, however, the bottom line, yeah, because you don't want to be that all the lifetime, right? Yeah. So I see you guys making a decision right now in regards to a situation in your life that you guys close the door on. A lot of you guys, it is for some of you guys, it look like a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus type energy, somebody of an earth sign. So I need to just put that out. But nevertheless, you guys are weighing options at this time. So you're keeping your heart to yourself, and you're keeping your you're not open. What is it? A lot of you guys are not focused on moving backwards, is what I see. You're in a safe space at this time. And that safe space is causing people to think that you on the same sex vibe. They like she with somebody, you with somebody. Okay, I see I did something, but that's okay. The bottom line is you guys are, right now, you guys are in the process of really thinking long-term about everything. A lot of you guys are in this long-term decision making. You guys are thinking for the future, period. Now, the real decision, like I said, is coming from you guys. Recognizing that someone has been breadcrumbing you guys, and a lot of you guys is at work. Okay, a lot of you guys are tired of being breadcrumbed at work. A lot of you guys know that, some of you guys are dealing with that right now. It's holiday time. You don't want to play around X, Y, and Z. And you're tired of sugarcoating something in your mind immaturely, because it seems like this job or this business, or a lot of you guys, it could be a client or somebody, a client. It could be someone putting you guys on Promise Street, and you guys are quite tired of the premature acts that they're giving, because quite frankly, it's not working anymore, okay? And a lot of you guys really are facing the truth. You're starting to see it for what it is, and it's causing some conflict inside of yourself at this time, because it's almost like you feel like you let yourself down, and that really hurts. And it's not you, okay? People just watching you. A lot of you guys are empresses and emperors. You're out here really just, I heard, living your best life, and they don't want to see you guys shine for some weird reason. A lot of you guys, they see you as living a luxurious life, like you guys can sit down and get quiet and enjoy the sun and relax. A lot of you guys can take a vacation sometime, and that, quite frankly, it's like you're outshining some people because of your energy. And a lot of you guys know that you guys are highly intuitive, okay? So they think that has something to do with why you're able to live that way as well, what I see here. So a lot of you guys are really beating yourself up now, and I don't like that, because of the marketplace, the situation that you allowed yourself to be in far as work. It could be work, love, or things like that. But the bottom line is coming out to be work is what I'm getting. Work has breadcrumbed you enough. You're tired of these small increments, whether, like I said, whether it's your own business for others, you guys, whether it's the client. You guys are tired of the sugarcoating, the Promise Street, because it's really entering your energy as if you're not being your full potential self, like you're holding your own self back. And that's not the case, okay? The case is, you guys, these people are sugarcoating what they're trying to, trying not to do. They have hidden motives, okay? Yeah, they're trying to just, they have money things too, even though you think they don't. You know, a lot of people have money tied up in different venues, okay? So just because it may look one way is not always that way. Everything is not what it seems. So that's why I see why they're sugarcoating. It's almost like they are stalling, and it's causing you guys to interconnect with yourself in such a way where it causes conflicts, and it's like almost like you made a bad decision or a bad choice. It's almost like you did it to yourself. However, I'm here to claim you did not, okay? It's just the way this person operates that way, okay? They will never say what is genuinely real, okay? So please get your foot out your butt so you can stand and so you can walk. Okay, you guys, it's a no-value woman walking around here that you guys know. And this person has always been a security check. What do you call, I'm going to say walking stop sign. I don't know why I'm getting walking stop sign, but this person is like a security check, you know, off the top. Like, you should always check this person. Get a background check from this no-value woman. You will find out, a lot of you guys will find out she's a deadbeat mom, okay? And she actually does something with gold coins, and I'm going to leave it there. And I don't know. I'm getting something that she may not be doing legal with these gold coins, because she might need security check. And the rest of you guys, your niece would love to see you guys every day, or she would love to be seen by you every day. She has a love for you, okay? A lot of you guys, you know, your niece love your mom or loved your mom. Those of you whose moms have passed on, my deepest condolences, because it's saying your mom's estate is here with a friend, your friend of your mother. If your mother was dating someone, and it's crazy because my heart goes out to my November 21 who really did have the deadbeat mom, you know, or a mom that had a friend that was a deadbeat mom, and she's just holding on to your mom's estate information or something like that. It's weird, but the bottom line is your mother's friend has something to do with this estate here. She knows, and she's holding your estate, is what I'm trying to say. Holding your mother's estate. That's what I'm getting, okay? It's a friend of your mother. Now, it doesn't have to be a woman friend, okay? Let's make that clear. It could also be, when I say a friend, it also showed me, you know, the mom with a male friend that's holding her estate at this time. So you guys may need to check into that, okay? I think a simple question would be what it is. Some people actually can forget, like, I don't know how, but I can imagine. Or with just age, you know, or with time. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to, and then they'll remember. I'm going to get one last message and let you guys go. Okay, November 21, you guys have been doing a great job so far. You know, I'm going to say for most of you guys, keeping your legs closed, keeping your goodies, keeping the doors closed, you know, your heart safe and stuff like that. So some of you guys have been doing a great job. And making those decisions, you know, that are more long-term is what I see here. And the last message is telling you guys also that works. Everything you're doing is working. However, the last message is for you guys to write a letter to your past. All right? Write a letter to your past. Whatever you want, you know, like, what you call, whatever you experienced in the past that you want to rid of completely. It's saying write a letter to your past and then burn it as a means of another mean of letting go. Because like I told you when I said you guys have that 4 in your birthright, that means 4 elements as well. A lot of you guys can manifest through all 4 elements. You don't need the simple birthday cake with fire and the blowing out with the air sign and the fire sign. You guys don't need the typical birthday to manifest. You guys can manifest using all 4 elements. All right. So it's telling you guys to write a letter to your past. Write what you don't want from your past down and burn it as another form of letting it go. All right. This is where we must part ways. If life lasts enough past, we will see or hear me again. Until then, you guys, Paul A, peace be unto you and within one.